This is the 280th Taiku. In the Babylonian Talmud, it appears in Tractate Chulin, page 128b, according to the book by Rabbi Aharon Yehoshua Pessin. Wow, time really does fly. It certainly seems that way. It's 280 days ago. I started this Taiku project, to do one Taiku a day. I started on June 19th of 2025, and 280 days have just flown by. And here we are. We only have about 37 Taikus left until the end of this project. It almost feels like, when you're in high school and you're about to graduate, you have about a month left of school. There's that kind of ominous, jittery feeling that you're finishing something significant and going on to another phase of life. And it's almost like, it feels like that song, Green Day, was that something unpredictable, and the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. I think it's called Good Riddance. I don't know why. I think it's called that, but the main words are I hope you had the time of your life. I think most people refer to it as that. Anyway, the point is that we are in Taiku 280 of the Babylonian Talmud, and again, Rabbi Yirmiyah, his famous Rabbi Jeremiah, asking his Taikus. I think it's a toss-up between Rabbi Jeremiah and Rabbi Papa. Rav Papa and Rav Jeremiah, those two, really, I think, ask the most Taikus, I would say, if I'm going to guess. I see them so often asking a Taiku. But anyway, I know that Rav Papa asked the first Taiku, but I wonder who asked the last Taiku. I'm not going to check. I'm going to wait to see. Anyway, this 280th Taiku actually starts on the bottom of 128a, and the Taiku appears on 128b. So here we are, Taiku number 280, Chulin 128a, and then 128b. Amar Rav Jeremiah, Amar Rav Yirmiyah, Rabbi Jeremiah says, okay, turn the page. Okay, the Gemara relates another dilemma based on the opinion of Rabbi Shimon. Rabbi Jeremiah says, Rabbi Yirmiyah says, the sages said that one who bows down to half of a gourd, not a whole gourd, but a half of a gourd, or half of a pumpkin, let's say, but a gourd, I think, but maybe a pumpkin is a gourd, or a squash. Let's say half of a squash. I think a squash is a gourd. In Hebrew, it's dalat. So dalat, I think, is pumpkin, gourd, squash, whatever. I think they're all in the same family. So if someone bows down to half of that and worships half of the squash as a divinity, it renders half of that gourd forbidden. Right? Meaning it's prohibited to derive benefit from half of it because half of it was worshipped as an idol. The other half is not forbidden. Based on this ruling, you might think that it contaminates, right? It spreads. No, only half of it is forbidden. Based on this ruling, Rabbi Jeremiah raises a dilemma. Okay? What if, according to Rabbi Shimon, now it's 128b, according to Rabbi Shimon, an item that is forbidden due to idol worship is not susceptible to impurity as food? So what is the law? What's the halacha if the forbidden part of the gourd comes into contact with the source of impurity? The forbidden part comes into contact with, let's say, a sheret, say a certain dead animal that's one of those 8 shrutzim, like let's say a lizard or a scorpion or something. Does the forbidden part constitute a handle? So let's just say it's forbidden, and then it touches a dead lizard. Okay? and you're holding the non-forbidden part, and it's touching a dead lizard. So the question is does the forbidden part constitute a handle for its permitted counterpart? And handles of something does transmit impurity. So in this case, would the forbidden part be something it's not part of the gourd, it's a forbidden, but it still is a handle. It still nonetheless is inextricably connected to it and functions as a handle, and in that way it would be a conduit of impurity. We don't know the answer. I must admit, that's a real good one by Rabbi Jeremiah. One of the really more entertaining, interesting, for me at least, taikus that I've seen in a while. Kishkishev Amma says right up there with that one, and but anyway, the Gemara concludes Taiku. The dilemma shall stand unresolved until when? Until the coming of the Messiah, the son of David and the son of Joseph, may be soon and in our day.